Anywho, I'm doing good. Had quite the adventurous day today. Bought a lot of stuff. Saw some cool stuff too. Alright, I'm just checking one thing here, make sure we're... Alright, everything's good. I don't know why, sometimes my camera acts funny, like it'll have like some weird lag to it, and other times it doesn't. Like today it seems like it's doing the lag thing. Like it's getting choppy. But then other days it'll be like smooth. Figure that one out. I actually listened to a podcast, believe it or not, today about this game. And I learned a lot. So I don't know if I can recite everything, but it was very interesting. It's called Everything 80s is the name of the podcast. And they did a whole episode on this game. And I found it really fascinating. Some of the stuff I knew already, some of the stuff I didn't. But he talks about how this game was considered impossible to beat back in the 80s when, like with kids, like amongst kids, they just felt like this game was impossible. And, nobody knew anybody that, nobody's ever actually seen anybody beat it. It was like, oh, I got this older brother who can actually beat it, but nobody actually ever saw anybody beat it, It wasn't like you had the internet. I have the internet today and you can just look up a video of someone beating it. So it was kind of like a legend, amongst kids that you couldn't beat Mike Tyson. Which was true, that was kind of how it was. And there were a couple of things. He talked about how the deal with Mike Tyson was a 3-year deal where Nintendo only paid him $50,000, which is true. And they signed Tyson before Tyson ever won the world championship. So they got a good deal on him because as soon as he won the world championship and all these endorsements started coming, he was worth a lot more money. So yeah, they kind of like one up on that. So that was pretty interesting. Like by the time the game was released, he had the championship. He had like 3 championships, I think, at that point. So, and then in 1990, when the deal wore off, it was like he was worth way too much money that Nintendo didn't want to fork the money out for it. Also, the game was well known now, so they didn't really need a celebrity endorsement. And Tyson's personal life was kind of gaining him some negative publicity that Nintendo wanted to distance themselves from. So I believe all those things together were the reason why they put the rebranded version out that year. But yeah, I have a boxed copy of the rebranded version. Anyways, I really wish that camera wouldn't do that. Oh well. All right, let's go. Let's get it on. Nobody's here. So let's get it on. There were a few other things I learned. Also around 1990, that's when James Buster Douglas knocked Tyson out too. That was a complete upset. It was literally just gonna be a little prep fight for Holyfield or whatever. That was gonna be the real fight, was Tyson versus Holyfield. And this Buster Douglas fight was just looked at as they just found an opponent for him. It's kind of like a warm-up, like a little build-up. They never expected him to beat Tyson. He was some up-and-coming guy. And then he ended up beating Tyson. It was crazy. Actually, and Tyson was supposed to be the referee for a match between Hulk Hogan and Macho Man on Saturday Night's Main Event in 1990. And he actually backed out because the weekend before was when he lost the title to Buster Douglas. And then Buster Douglas was the referee instead. Alright, can we get the stars and keep them? That is the question. Hopefully we can. Nah. All right. Oh, that was bad. Come the uppercuts. Oh, and I didn't get the star because it knocked him down right there. That sucks. How terrible was that timing? I managed to keep one of my stars from that beginning part and use it. I found a good time to land those star punches. Still not the fastest time knocking him out for me. Well, it might be actually in the round 2. I still want to beat that 2-minute mark though. That's my goal.